Hello friends, are you interested in buying OpenAI stock at the moment? Do you believe that investing in OpenAI is not possible because it is a private company? What if I told you there are methods to gain exposure to OpenAI and potentially even buy its stock directly? In today's video, we will delve into the world of OpenAI and explore the various ways you can invest in this cutting-edge company even though it remains a private entity. Many people may think that investing in a private company like OpenAI is not possible, but we will uncover the different methods that allow us to gain exposure to the company. With the current availability of funding from private investors, it appears that OpenAI may not pursue an IPO in the near future. Therefore, the methods we will discuss may be the only opportunities for individuals like us to get in on the action and potentially benefit from the company's future growth. I have previously covered the topic of investing in OpenAI in a video, but since then the shareholder structure of the company has undergone some changes, and I felt it was necessary to provide an updated analysis in this new video. Not only will we be discussing OpenAI, but we will also delve into other industry players such as Alphabet, Nvidia, Microsoft of course. We will examine how these companies have invested in or have a relationship with OpenAI and how it can affect the opportunities to invest in OpenAI. Now, before we discuss the various ways to invest in OpenAI, it is important to understand the current valuation of the company. This will give us a rough idea of the potential return on investment in the long term. When OpenAI was founded in 2015, the company received a valuation of around $1 billion. However, in 2019, a new round of investments valued the company at around $20 billion, representing a 20x increase in value in just 4 years. Now, in the 2019 investment round, Microsoft invested $1 billion in OpenAI, making it a significant shareholder. Fast forward to today, around 3 to 4 years later, OpenAI is currently valued at $29 billion. Based on this information, it is clear that the early investors in OpenAI have likely seen a substantial return on their investment. As investors, it is important to understand the potential return on your investment. When the for-profit company OpenAI was founded, it introduced a maximum return of investment of 100 times the valuation it had at the time. This means that with a current valuation of $30 billion, the potential return on investment would be between $600 to $900 billion. While a capped return may seem disappointing, it still represents a 20 to 30 times return on your investment, so not bad. A market capitalization of $900 billion would make OpenAI around half as valuable of a company like Microsoft. It is worth noting that there is currently a significant amount of hype surrounding the products of OpenAI, particularly ChatGPT. This program has reached 1 million users in just a few days, which is an impressive feat when compared to other companies such as Google or Facebook. As ChatGPT continues to improve and advance, it is likely that it will generate even more attention and excitement from both the public and potential investors. The product is becoming exponentially better, and I can only see this getting more and more attention and excitement. I hope that this has gotten you excited in the potential of investing in OpenAI. If the company will eventually pursue an IPO, it is likely to be one of the biggest in recent history. Now let's explore the various ways you can gain exposure to OpenAI. The first and most easy way to gain exposure to OpenAI is through Microsoft. The company recently announced a $10 billion investment in OpenAI, making it the largest shareholder by far. Reports suggest that Microsoft now owns 49% of the company, while the non-profit OpenAI company owns 2% and other investors own the remaining 49%. By buying Microsoft stock, it's easy to see that you would get the biggest exposure to OpenAI. The last year, Microsoft only held a 5% stake in OpenAI, but with the recent investment, the company becomes a lot more interesting and is actually the second best way to gain exposure into OpenAI. Another advantage of investing in Microsoft is that the company is actively integrating the capabilities of OpenAI into its product line. This results in a win-win situation as it allows Microsoft to offer new and innovative products while also providing a return on investment for its shareholders. From creating GPT Azure platforms to fusing ChatGPT with its Bing services to adding dall-e to its PowerPoint offerings, Microsoft is making a strong push into the AI market and betting heavily on its future potential. If you believe that Microsoft's heavy investment in OpenAI is a smart move, let me know in the comments down below. Microsoft is a great way to gain exposure to the innovative technology and products developed by OpenAI. However, the best way to invest in OpenAI is by purchasing its stock through a pre-IPO secondary market. A pre-IPO secondary market is a marketplace where individuals can buy shares from early investors and employees who have received shares through stock options. These marketplaces provide an opportunity for individuals to invest in a company before it goes public and begins trading on a stock exchange. One example of a marketplace that offers shares of OpenAI is EquityZen. However, it's important to note that availability of shares can only be confirmed after registering and opening an account. Furthermore, you may need to meet certain qualifications in order to open an account, such as having a minimum level of income, investment experience, and meet other criteria. For example, Forge Global has a minimum investment of $100,000, and with EquityZen it's $10,000 or potentially higher for some shares. Buying stocks directly in OpenAI through a pre-IPO secondary market is the best way to gain a direct ownership stake in the company and potentially benefit from its growth and success in the future. I have compiled a list of companies that are pre-IPO secondary marketplaces, so you can buy shares of OpenAI directly on their platform. If you are interested in learning more about these companies, I will provide links to these websites down below. It's important to note that many of these companies cater to high net worth individuals. For example, some companies require a minimum base income of $100,000 per month. This can make it difficult for the average person to invest in these marketplaces. Another way to gain exposure to OpenAI and the broader field of artificial intelligence is by researching and investing in companies that partner or collaborate with OpenAI or its competitors. These companies may provide a unique advantage to OpenAI's business and can offer a more indirect way to invest in the growth and success of artificial intelligence. One example of a partner company is NVIDIA. GPT's models, which are a type of language model, are currently trained on NVIDIA GPUs. NVIDIA is known for having some of the most advanced hardware and software infrastructure for artificial intelligence, making them a key player in the AI industry. As AI continues to grow and evolve, NVIDIA may see significant benefits as a provider of the foundational technology for training new AI models. Another example could be companies that provide the infrastructure for AI, such as data storage companies or companies that provide cloud computing services. These companies will provide the necessary infrastructure for AI and ML to grow and evolve, and will benefit as AI grows in popularity and use. Another option for gaining exposure to the artificial intelligence industry is by investing in direct competitors of OpenAI. One of the biggest competitors of OpenAI is Google's DeepMind. DeepMind is a leading research lab in the field of artificial intelligence, and it was acquired by Alphabet, the parent company of Google, to integrate its technology into their offerings. Alphabet has a strong interest in the artificial intelligence industry and will likely double down on its efforts in this space due to the competitive threat that OpenAI poses to its business model. In fact, reports have even emerged that Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai has declared a code red for the entire company to address this threat. Investing in Alphabet, the parent company of Google, can provide a way to gain exposure to the artificial intelligence industry, including Google's effort in the field through DeepMind and other AI-related projects. As AI continues to grow in popularity and use, Alphabet will likely see significant benefits and growth potential in its AI-related businesses. In conclusion, there are several ways to invest in OpenAI. Although they may be indirect or through a pre-marketplace, these options are better than waiting a few years for OpenAI to go public. For most individuals, the indirect route is the only way to invest in OpenAI. as pre-marketplaces and direct investments in OpenAI may have strict requirements and require a significant amount of investment capital. Investing in companies that partner or collaborate with OpenAI or its competitors, such as Nvidia or Alphabet, or in Microsoft that holds a big stake in the company, can provide a more accessible way for the average investor to gain exposure to the growth and success of OpenAI. Artificial intelligence has the potential to disrupt and transform many industries, making it a potentially lucrative area for investing. Please let me know in the comment section below if you think that any investment portfolio should have AI exposure and why. If you found this video informative and enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you are interested in more videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Also, if you want to see a video about OpenAI's biggest competitor, you can see it here. Or if you want to buy something else, say a SpaceX stock before the IPO, there's also a video about it down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.